Hi there, my name is Flicker and welcome to my usual Sky Dailies. I'll be your host, and we've got some missions to do. It's a bit late though, so I'm probably not going to upload the other versions of this recording until after I wake up. Got video editing to do tomorrow, amongst other things. Alright. Green light, expressions, light whisper, 555. Nice. I'm tired, I've had one hell of a day. Both good and bad. And I'm looking to get to sleep when I can. There's a chance they're not gonna come back, but until they don't do, they'll be there. Not many people stick with these online games for longer than like a year or two, especially if friend groups dissolve. Oh, someone put that there. Neat. Why does the back of my finger, of all things, have to itch? Right now, in the middle of frickin' rhythm game thing. It's like the most awkward spot on the hand. It's not on the front of the hand, the palm. It's on the back of the hand, along one of the knuckles. Along the knuckle and between it and the fingernail. It's just freaking annoying. No, not teleport at all. The fuck game? No, I had to go outside in order to get a blood lab appointment, but I had stayed up way too late the previous night prior, which only resulted in me rushing myself to get ready. I was out of the house before I could even fully eat breakfast, only to realize, oh hey, diarrhea. Thankfully I still made it to the appointment on time, but fucking it was cold, the skies were cloudy, and fucking Welcome to Novalis Rails. Please board the train at your earliest convenience. Before we depart from the station. Our next destination, the stadium. Once we've fully departed, it will be probably about 10 seconds, if not 5, until we arrive at our destination. Alright, we fully departed. Little bug, could you not? Oh. Hmm. Oh, why would you like that look? It's probably uncomfy. But if the cat doesn't mind, more power to you. I really wish the lighting would stop trying to shift and adjust based on what I'm looking at. It's really annoying. Sure, in a moment. Alright, now I will. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Ah, the green light has landed. Unfortunate. If I were to get off the ride now and try to grab it, would that reset the progress of the mission? Let's find out. He's not even looking to check back up on his passengers. This thing is not a car, but they've got it connected like one. Oh, hey, bird. Hey, bird friend. Seriously, you don't have the... Oh. I shouldn't be surprised. But I am still frustrated. Yeah, no. One thing I've got to remind myself when it comes to being open and expressing myself is maybe at some point I won't have later. Maybe I won't be able to talk again, or maybe some random bullshit from the world will intersect and cut off my ability to interact with someone. So I should make the most of the moments where I've got people in my life. So that way they know that I care. Even if doing so is kind of scary at times. Nice, I was able to get that much done off screen. Bruh. Bruh. Damn. No help, very lost, very stuck. Oh. Ah, jeez. That is what life is like. Wait, did my game crash? Motherfucker. I swear to damn idiot. Let me go read this. Yep. Hi, how are you? But with what kind of people? Yep. Little bug, fly away. Little bug, live again another day. Oh, okay. That's about all I'm doing. Feels like there's a whole bunch of different threads that can... Hmm. Hmm. If that's the case, and you want to actually get money from both markets, then you could easily just, well, make two versions of the same damn store, but one serves pleasant people and, you know, all of those who are civilized, at least who don't smell like shit and don't try to fucking bring their ideology or whatever the fuck into things. People that allow each other to live their own lives, regardless of if they believe that the way another lives their life or not. And then you have another store for everyone who doesn't follow that standard. But that would mean double the inventory, higher risk, less margin. So yeah, no, it is statistically better just to have a level of standard. But at the same time, you don't want to just disrespect people just because they don't meet the standard. It's not about looking down on others, but regulating your social spaces so that way those who would look down on others aren't going to just fucking, avoid your location. It's a paradoxical irony. We'll be fine, it's just gonna take a while. Yeah. There we go. Okay, get mine first, get this one second. It's not about enforcing the rules of the sacred, but instead about enforcing the rules of the standard. So that way, the social space you cultivate and nurture is not going to completely wreck someone else's day. Not in the sense of, oh, we only have pure people, or we've got people who never committed a wrong. No, it's people who can actually be trusted and reasonable in social interactions. You know what? That would actually be a good and interesting way to show the dynamics of social competence and how they contrast in different perspectives. Hey! A social awareness test and a social honor test. Because social awareness, social fluency, and social honor are not all the same thing. And I'm tired of hearing people think that it is. Social honor. social honor is respecting another person even if you don't agree with them, and leaving them to live their own life so long as they're not weaponizing that life against another. Social awareness is the ability to read a room and get a clue, to be able to read body language, hints, and context to fill yourself in without having to ask 20 questions. Now, what was the third one? Social honor, social awareness, social standard. Social standard is variable between different kinds of social spaces. There'll be some people you can shit talk with for hours and they'll think of you as their best fucking friend, especially if you don't actually hate them or think bad of them. Meanwhile, there are very touchy and sensitive people who, if you shit talk them, will take it personally and potentially either be offended or be hurt and demoralized because of it. Context fucking matters. And in saying that and reading what I just read on that whole slew of responses, it's like, hold up, is my memory like my social understandings coming back a little? Yes, it is. Oh, I should probably work on that. And that's not even to mention how there's an entire branch of the social dynamics that's about reading other people's emotional state in order to better understand how to approach the angle of conversation. That's what I'm still working on. Because if you take yourself too seriously, you'll lose your ability to respond as a reasonable person. If you take yourself too lightly, if you take the other person's feelings too lightly, you'll feel disconnected from them even though you feel like you said the right thing. Sometimes there won't be a right thing to say, and you'll have to keep that in mind too. Cannonball! And that's not even to mention how sometimes being caught up in the flow of the moment actually hinders one's ability to recognize details in the environment as opposed to helps them manage and navigate around complex situations. Because there's a casual flow state where you're comfortable and it's like, same old, I don't really need to pay attention to this. And then there's a dynamic flow state where it's like, okay, this is different, this is new, this is weird. And I actually am finding it interesting to engage with this. And shifting from one to the other is a nightmare. Especially if you don't have the same context as the other person. Oh my goodness. And that's not even to mention how trauma interacts with social space, too. Let alone false world views. And how they can corrupt social spaces into ones of their own without even intending to. Oh, and their stupidity. People who genuinely don't understand things and think it works one way when it works another, and just struggle in acknowledging what is obvious to you because to them it's not obvious at all. To them it's like a foreign language spoken backwards and then read on a paper. And they don't know it. So the things I try to keep in mind when living my own life is A, everyone else is trying to live their own life and figure out their way to get what they want in what ways are reasonable. The moment they show that they are not, either presume that they are confused or misguided, or 2, understand that there is genuine malicious intent because they are selfish and childish enough to think they can get away with bullshit. Both can be true at the same time, and then there's weird situations where neither is true because it's a miscommunication and a misunderstanding from one's own perspective. And I don't know how to deal with that in a casual way, so 9 times out of 10 I tend to just socially shut down when I run into someone I don't know how to communicate with. Because for me, trying to communicate and get to know them, trying to help us understand each other is basically the equivalent of, okay, so are we going to be friends or am I going to be your goddamn therapist? And I don't want to be someone's therapist, I want to be their friend. Oh, but of course that does forget sometimes that someone will have to be my damn therapist and they'll be completely unprepared and they'll be completely ill-prepared for the damn task. It's not even that I'm smart, it's that I'm just confusing. Ugh. I still love this little shit I call me, though. After all, this gremlin tries her best, in the way she knows how, for what she can face. But the things she's not ready to face, she'll practice. And try, and learn, and fail. I've just gotta stop being so fucking hypercritical with her, cause holy shit, no one deserves that pressure. Alright, no seasonal candles. Two wind, one wax. I'm glad that worked, but at the same time, damn, I kinda wish it hadn't worked because I want to go back. Okay, good, I can go back. Oh, that's why. Okay. Thank you for opening the gate. I appreciate it. I know you can't hear me, but I still appreciate it. The tribal mentality of humans is both one of their greatest strengths and their greatest weaknesses. It can be a great strength because in hard times they genuinely band together, form real social connections, and learn from one another. in a way that supports a strong future. But in casual situations where everyone feels like things are good enough for now, no one's going to speak up unless they personally find it too comfortable, at which point they then either have to be charismatic enough to then get people on their side, which doesn't always work, and can easily backfire, or stubborn enough to at least hold their own even when others don't agree with them. Not necessarily stubborn in believing that they are completely right, but stubborn in trusting themselves while also allowing room to learn from others. It's a complex dynamic system that's intertangled with other dynamic systems. And frankly, I don't know how to fucking handle it. So I don't. I try to respect others, try to do what I can, handle what I can. But otherwise, nah. Keep me out of the gulag, I don't want to fucking fight. Not when it comes to social dynamics, so... That's a pit of vipers with poisoned centipedes and fucking other deadly pieces of shit in there too. No fucking thank you. Because even if someone means well, that doesn't mean that they can't have trauma that can then turn them into a complete lethality to you. Ugh. Ugh. But of course, that might be me over-exaggerating, because in 9 times out of 10, most people are kinda decent. You just have to know how to interact with them. And that is one of the fundamental problems, is if someone interacts with you in a way you don't understand, then you're going to misunderstand it. A difference in wavelength entry will scramble communications, even if just slightly. I can see the big picture, I don't know all the details. If that helps you understand my perspective, good. Nothing. Okay, good, something. If you could find someone who can hold the big picture in their mind and notice the details without being overwhelmed, get that person on your social PR team and everything else when possible. Because so long as they have a decent morality, holy fucking shit, they will be a damn ace to your operation. And yes, if someone's really lucky, they can count on that too to some degree, but at some point, luck will run out. If you can find someone who is not only completely competent and also lucky, then congrats, you've got a diamond in the rough. Hope you nurture it, because otherwise you will miss out from big opportunities. Not everything is about exploitation. Sometimes respecting and valuing other people can be the very thing that turns your own life around. I truly do believe that. Not in the sense of sacrificing yourself, and recognizing that, hey, even if I'm not good at support or whatever, even if I don't quite understand what's going on, I can still try to treat them as a person. And if they don't understand you or you don't understand them, it's okay to walk away. You don't have to be perfect. No, I get overwhelmed by all the little details. Because I know that those little details communicate between the different pieces of the bigger picture. And if I lose context with one part of the big picture while looking at another part, then it ultimately leads to the same result. And I don't know how to switch between the two fast enough to where I can keep track of things or anticipate incoming interference to develop positive results. Not beyond myself anyways, and even then that's limited. Because I will be a dumbass sometimes, and I can't help it. Not because I want to be a dumbass, but simply because, hey, oh hey, my frame of mind isn't always under my control. Isn't always something I can just throw up like a switch and say, hey, I'm ready for this. Because you neglect your mental health, you neglect your ability to dynamically alter your state of mind. And you soon see it start reacting like that of a wild creature to imagined threats and otherwise. So the next time you see someone working their 9-to-5 job, or an employee of the government doing their daily task, while also handling all the chaos around them at the same time and just trying to get through the day, maybe thank them. Because we all deserve a little respect. Not much, but a little. Whether or not someone earns further respect by valuing the respect we give them is an entire different ballgame, and I don't want to deal with that, so I'm not gonna worry. Because then it just falls back into the pit of social dynamics, and it's just like, And that's not to mention how people's brain chemistry can differ, not just between generations, but between people of the same generation, to the point where what values they value and what excites them and gives their life purpose is going to be different from what you need or want. The ability to project your own self into another state of mind, even if it's flawed, so long as you are willing to learn and improve upon that ability, is essential for navigating the outside world. Yeah. And here's a tangent that I'm going to humor. Because why the fuck not? Oh. Well, thanks, but no. Well, yeah, I like you, but I haven't been there for you, and you haven't been there for me. Beyond what ways you know how. Okay, that is not what I wanted to say. Holy shit. That's definitely where autocomplete was going, but that's not where I was going. Bonk the machine, even if it lives inside my own brain. Alright, let me try that again. Yeah, I still like you, but that doesn't mean I'm willing to do anything beyond just this. Now I'm getting nervous because it's like, oh, it's like they're doing an emotional thing and it's going to drive away viewers again. And it's like, maybe, or maybe, just maybe, they're not going to be here in this, they're not going to see this recording anyways, viewers or not. And so I should just do it anyways. Because I don't have a major fan base yet. I do have people who enjoy my stuff and somehow, you know, continue to say hello on this side of things. But on the bigger public appearance and more polished side of things, nah. I don't have many people who actually want to see this part of me. And that's good. The moment someone wants to see this part of me, I'm going to be going, hold the fuck up. Why in the hell do you want me of all people? And are you sure you aren't using me as an excuse or a fantasy? Like, sure, it may hurt for someone to hear those words and that question, but I think it's a question that can honestly help people grow and learn more quickly than if it wasn't ever asked in the first place. Of course, those who are desperate or just so emotionally hungry that they would rather lie than admit it, I can do nothing about those people, because then it's just going to be an ab reaction that I have no control over. And I don't deserve to worry about. Oh, Cavern Shark? I guess the really embarrassing thing about what I just cut myself off from really like going into or saying was just the basic fact of myself where it's like, yeah, I consider myself worth dating. Sure, I've got flaws and everything, but I'm not completely a mess. I am a mess, but that's not all I am. Oh, delicious transition between those two cliffs. Oh. My consistency, and rather the lack of it, is really my biggest issue. Is that I don't know how to be something 100% of the time. Because yeah, there's an open, caring, and soft and honest part of me. And then there's a cold, uncaring, sharp, and bitter part of me. I don't always know when I'm in one mood or the other. I don't want to take that out on people. Oh, that's not even to mention how insecurity can leave one mood twisting into the other without even trying. I'm a mess. In a traditional sense, I am not someone who can hold a 9-to-5 job and retain my sanity. As far as I know, anyways. If I'm proven wrong on that, great, because that means I'll at least have an income. Oh. I went outside of the house today without my headphones, and it just gave me a lot of room to think on things and to be more socially aware and present. I think possibly I might do that more often. Just move around without my headphones and try my best to be more present instead of in a flow state of what I think works well enough for the current moment. Sure, it's easy and convenient to do so, to just stick to that flow state, to stick to that simple and easy solution. It's not who I want to be. It's not going to let me hear the people I care about. It's only going to push them away. Build up massive speed. Figured. Oh. It was just extra wax. Delicious! Even a therapist needs a therapist. At this point, I think I need a psychotherapist, though. Psychiatric therapist. That is competent across many different psychological fields. But I could easily be wrong and overestimating myself. Hello, little bug. Don't let me swat you down. Thank you for staying away. Yahoo! The airtime on that jump. No. But just because I think of myself as worth dating does not mean that someone else believes so. And that is fine. That's okay. Sorry for getting ahead of myself. Hope you have a good time. Hmm. You know, after acknowledging that, I no longer feel like I want to humor that little hallucination of the mind anymore. Because if it ever happens, that'll be a moment where it happens. I don't need to prepare lines, I don't need to be prepared for it. It'll just be a part of reality. And I'll go from there. But that isn't the present moment. And that isn't what that dense dork thinks of me. Not fun, but that's okay. To those of you who snuck by and saw a fragment of this recording, thank you. To those of you who stuck around and watched a good chunk through, I deeply appreciate it. I hope you all have a good day, good night, whatever time or non-time it is. And if it isn't good, you're feeling lonely, lost, stuck, confused, frustrated, small, or otherwise, well, I hope that things either improve for you, that the chaos both outside and within stays manageable enough, or at the very least that you're able to find a ledge to sit, rest, and vent from, without hurting yourself or others, while valuing your own spark. My name is Flicker. I've gotten my Sky Dailies done, so I'll be seeing you all in the next video, my watchlings. Goodbye. Oh, I do love playing with my voice. Seriously, it's quite interesting.